I don't think my inner 12-year-old is gonna agree with me on this one here.
Where the sexy robot party, everybody's disco dancing. Where the sexy robot party, everybody's disco dancing.
So welcome back to Mystique. So for this week's topic we decided to go extra geeky because last week was about drinking, and so to compensate we're doing it very extra geeky this week. So Tom suggested we talk about superheroes. If we are to be a superhero, what kind of superpowers will we have? Costumes, pretty much the whole facade. One of the best superhero movies I've seen, and it still holds true to my heart, is the Incredibles. One subject they do touch on is clothing and why you shouldn't wear a cape. And at the very end of the movie, costume design does play into one of the fate of the characters. So yeah, for me, no cape. But the thing is, I think the whole costume idea is kind of ridiculous if you actually think about it. I mean, if someone was trying to stop a crime dressed up as a bat, you'd be laughing your ass off. Which I guess would come into play for my favorite superpower of all time, invisibility. I mean, disregarding my whole teenage self of why I would actually use it. But the thing is, the superpower isn't without its flaws. I mean, if you watch one of the episodes of the X-Files, one of the Monster of the Week shows actually had a guy who made a wish that he could be invisible. But however, it backfires on him when he tries to cross a road and gets hit by a vehicle because no one can see him. So you have to keep that type of stuff in mind when you're developing your superpowers during your teenage years. The ability to control time though, there's a superpower. It's not much a superpower, it's more like godlike powers. Essentially, you can essentially do whatever you want when you can control the powers, like Zach Morris. Saved by the Bell reference? No? One other power I do want to have is the power of persuasion. When I was reading the Vertigo comic Preacher, the whole premises was this normal guy who gets hit by this godlike entity, and by doing so, he pretty much had the ability to convince anyone to do anything at his will by the sound of his voice. I mean, with the power of persuasion, if you can control people, you pretty much can control the world. Which kind of reveals my motives for having superpowers. I wouldn't actually be using it for good, I'd most likely be using it for evil, so, you know. And if you missed Tom's video, right here, or here, I'm not sure how much room I have, or here, maybe here. We'll see you tomorrow for Super Kitty.